Hey guys, Cruiseman here. I'm out in the garage today, and for the last couple of days I've been working on getting some of the accessories and things I had on my 2024 Honda Goldwing moved over to this 2026, because there's a few things I didn't want to let go of. I wanted to make sure I transferred them over. And the first thing, you may notice the shirt, Bullet Break. When I was out at Goldwings and Glizzy's, my friend Mark, owner of Bullet Break, gave me one of these cool shirts. He actually gave me a black one and a white one. Very cool shirt. And I thought it was appropriate that I wear this because one of the things I'm installing today is the Bullet Break on this new Goldwing. On the way back from Tennessee, I did not have the Bullet Break installed, and I really missed it. Just that one day of riding, I've gotten so used to using the Bullet Break instead of the Honda parking brake that I knew one of the first things I wanted to do is put this Bullet Break on when I got back home. Now, Bullet Break's not paying for this video, obviously, and they didn't pay me to make the video, but he did give me a Bullet Break to install on this 26 Honda Goldwing, so I'm going to do that. And then I got some other little things I'm going to move over from the other bike. I've already moved my F4 Customs windshield. I transferred it to this. The brand new Honda windshield that came on this 2026 is now on that 2024. So whoever buys that 2024 Honda Goldwing from Southern Honda is going to have virtually a brand new windshield. It's only got 800 miles on it. Okay, so let me get started installing this, and then I won't have to worry about a parking brake anymore. Okay, you've probably seen the video already where I installed this on my 2024 Honda Goldwing, so this is probably nothing new. Basically, we're going to remove this banjo bolt from the this reservoir, and then we're going to just basically replace that banjo bolt with this Bullet Break, which gives you a hydraulic lock for your brakes. Now, I'm using a 12mm wrench, and it's on there pretty tight. Man, that was tight. I also, you'll notice, I have a blanket here. This is to protect your paint. Brake fluid is extremely damaging to paint. I'm actually going to also get some paper towels while I'm here. And I might even put on a glove because brake fluid is pretty rank stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and put a paper towel down here. And as we remove this, we're going to get a little bit of leakage from the brake fluid. I'm going to go ahead and get my Bullet Break out here. And there's also a couple of seals that come in this little bag. So we got our seals ready to go, got our Bullet Break ready to go. Everything's out, ready to be installed. Okay, let's go ahead and pull out this banjo bolt. Okay, and we're getting a little bit of fluid, not too much, not too bad. But there is a little bit of leakage. Now we're going to take one of these seals and we're going to put it, pretty tight fit actually. Okay, there we go. And then the other seal is going to go between the brake line and goes on the other side here. Goes right through there like that. I had to take that glove off. I couldn't get a grip. And now we're just going to tighten this up. We'll make it pretty firm too, if I remember. It has to be, it's certainly pretty firm from the factory. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It takes a while to build up pressure. I feel it's starting to build up pressure after about 25 pulls. Okay, I think we have, we now have good brake pressure. Okay, so now that we've got it all pressured back up, to set the Bullet Break, you basically pull the brake lever in as far as you can, push the piston in, release the brake lever, and the piston will remain in, and the front wheel is now locked. You will not be able to move that front wheel. And then to release the parking brake or the bullet brake, you just basically grab the handle. I always pump it 2 or 3 times just to be safe. And now you're ready to ride. Okay, we're getting ready to do the first oil change on this 2026 Goldwing. And I've got my jack here. First thing I have to do is take off this Traxxion Engine Guard. And I like to use the scissor jack to kind of, I'm going to move my oil pan for a second. You just kind of hold that Traxxion Engine Guard in place. I'm not raising the bike up. I'm just barely getting it to where it touches the bottom of that engine guard. And that way, when I take all the screws out, it doesn't just fall down. It doesn't put any stress on any of the screws. So that's the point. I'm also doing this before I warm up the engine. So now all I got to do is lower this jack, and that little plate just comes right on down with it. And then I can just pull it out. So what I'm doing today is I am moving all the stuff out of my old bike. Now this is all the paperwork. When they come pick up the bike, this is all the, the owner's manuals and all the other paperwork that came with the bike. And I am moving all of my trunk and saddlebag organizers over to the new bike, which those came from Showchrome, and unfortunately they no longer make them. So I'm getting ready to install. I did take out my trunk carpet. So here's all my organizers that I've got to put in the new bike. And I'm gonna have to put some new Velcro on some of these. On all of them, actually. And here's my first aid kit, which I keep in my left saddlebag, tucked back up under that little corner back in here. I keep it back up in there. It's hard to see because it's so dark in there. This I never use. I don't use the helmet hanger, toolbox strap, or the toolbox that Honda doesn't give you. I've got the seat off right now because I'm getting ready to install the Pathfinder isolation hub. And I will be taking off the rear fender here a little bit later. So I'm going to be installing another Pathfinder light. I've already got the seat off. I've already got my harnesses installed for the Pathfinder hub, but I haven't installed the hub yet. And so that's what I'm doing right now. I am getting ready to take this little vacuum cleaner over to the old bike, and there's a little bit of crumbs and dust and junk in this old trunk, as you can see back here. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. I always like to send a bike back looking nice and clean, so perfect for a job like this because it's got that little brush tip on it. It's funny because even with the carpet in here, you still get dust and stuff in here. I'll do the same thing on the saddlebags too, but I'm not going to film it. So my first aid kit goes back in here. Like that. It's pretty good back there. And then my Fantic drill / screwdriver. This is my Scosche jump starter. Goes there. And as you can see, I've still got room to put some more stuff in here if I need to. I usually roll up my liner for my Olympia jacket and set it in here too. These are the saddlebag liners. And you can see they've got some of the old Velcro on there. So I've got to come in here with some of the opposite Velcro and put on all these strips and then tack it down to the inside of the saddlebag, and it just holds it in place with the Velcro, and it does a good job. I usually keep an umbrella in here. I keep my rock straps in here, and it just kind of helps organize this side of the saddlebag. I have another one for the other side. I'll show it to you. So this is the saddlebag organizer for the right saddlebag. It's got some pouches I put tools in, and same concept. It just held in place with these strips. Now I've already added a couple of new Velcro strips here. I've still got some more I've got to put on. And basically I'll peel off this backing and just stick everything down to this saddlebag after I clean the saddlebag. But I'll keep tire repair kit in here. I have, you know, like some hex wrenches that I keep, some electrical tape. Fortunately, I've never really needed any of this stuff, but I just feel like I'm supposed to keep it on here. I've even got like a little miniature thing of duct tape. You just never know. Some extra fuses, needle nose pliers. Okay, so I got all the new Velcro added to the back of this one, as you can see. So I'm just going to take all this backing off, and then we'll stick it down to the inside of the saddlebag. Now first I'm going to clean it really good with alcohol, because this 3M adhesive sticks better on a really, really clean surface. So let's do that first. Okay, as you can see, I've taken the backing off of all that Velcro, so now we get the sticky side down. I'm gonna flip this over and just try to eyeball it, and we'll just get it in there as good as we can. Probably start with this bottom edge, since that's the one that has to really hold it in place. And then just press it down, and I'm gonna let it sit. Before I put anything in this, I'm going to let this sit for a couple of hours probably, just to let that adhesive get a good hold on the plastic. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. I'm kind of holding up this saddlebag because I'm pressing down, and I don't want to put any tension on, you know, I don't want to break something. So I'm kind of holding it with one hand while I'm mashing down with the other, just to get that Velcro good and seated really well. So on the right side of the bike, I took everything out of the pockets. They're empty. Got all my, there's more Velcro on this side because I think they know you're going to put tools in here and they're probably heavy. So they added more Velcro on this side. So I got all that. And I bought a roll of this Velcro. You can buy it on Amazon by the roll. And I think it's 1 inch probably width. So let me take off all this backing and we'll stick down the right saddlebag. Okay, once again, as you can see, I got all the backing off of the Velcro. So now, start with that long edge and get it in first. And we'll just start pressing everything into place. Showchrome doesn't make these anymore. I don't know why. I wish they did. And that's why they're staying with my bike, because I really like these organizers. I wish they still made these. I wish somebody else would come up with something like this. And now we'll put the trunk organizers in. So this is the left side trunk organizer. It's basically just a mesh bag. I usually keep microfiber cloths in here, maybe a couple of other little things, and it's just held down with Velcro. Now it's also got some little Velcro pieces up here and down here that stick to the inside of the trunk. I'll have to clean this with alcohol too. And it basically sits in here like this. But what's different is it also has, it's held in place with a couple of these screws right here. This screw here and this screw over here. So we have to remove these, and then those screws just go right in on top of these little tabs. It just kind of helps hold it in place. I'm actually pretty sure I had all these on my 2018 Goldwing. So this is the third Goldwing that these have gone on to. Let's see, let's get it over a little bit more toward the front. Yeah, it might have gone a little low. I may have to raise it up a little. Yeah, it's going in. That's good. I think my nylon strap on this bag is maybe torn. I think it's still going to work okay though. Now that I have this light, it's a little easier to see. It's these two screws right here. You don't want to take this one out. That one actually holds the side cover to the trunk on. We'll line up these holes first, and then start attaching the Velcro. Would have done that on the other one, except I couldn't see anything. I didn't have my light. Now I got light. Probably should have put another piece of Velcro right there, but they didn't. So as you can see, this little water bottle just kind of sits right down in there, and it stays in there. It doesn't fall out. Over here, I keep my bug slide, my little travel bottle of bug slide. I keep some wet ones. I use a lot of these. Keep some of those in there. And I also keep some tissues in there. So it's kind of handy. Just keeps everything out of the way. And of course, I don't want to forget to put my warning sticker on my battery to remind me if I ever need to jump start this battery to remove fuse number 25. That's to protect your audio system from damage from jump starting. You can get these stickers from shop.cruisemansgarage.com. I'll put a link in the description. So thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And in the next video, I'm going to be installing some of my favorite aftermarket accessories.